Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Casey Stadium. It is the preliminary final in the over 45 men's division here at Indoor Cricket's Masters National Championships. I'm Cameron Walter alongside the Hall of Famer Ross Gregory, and it's the ACT up against, your side, Victorian side.
It is,
Yeah.
Victoria, my word.
Now, Victoria here courtesy of a win over New South Wales in the minor semi-final.
Yes.
ACT are here courtesy of a loss against Queensland in the major semi-final, and on the line is a spot in that grand final against Queensland, and both these sides, well, a little bit of the walking wounded at the moment. There's lots of outs.
There is, yeah, and there's a lot of players playing that possibly shouldn't be playing because they're all slightly wounded. But that's the end of the week, isn't it? It's towards the end of the week now. There's one day to go after today, and I suppose everyone's stiff and sore. Looks like Jezensek to open the bowling.
Yes, it's a bit of a journeyman, and Michael Gunn and Rob Regent opening the batting for the Australian Capital Territory. The umpire's Daniel Marsh. We're underway.
Not well known for his opening bowling skills, but he's opening anyway.
There's first runs for Regent, 3 of them. They've played each other twice, these two sides, so far this week. Just see Jessen's bowling. Straight to the fielder. Good early call of no. First time ACT batted first, scored 111. Victorian pursuit scored 93. The second time was a bit of a boil over. ACT batted first again on that occasion, 91 runs. Victoria only managing 27.
Oh, that's well
come up
fielded.
with a wicket. We'll come back to this game, to that previous game, but gee, a wicket early in the match. Victoria will be pumped with that.
Yes, McKenzie can fire himself up and the players around him. And Alex always manages to get a wicket.
My understanding was McKenzie had injured his hamstring.
Yeah, he's playing with it still injured. I think if he stretched, he'd be in trouble all of a sudden. That's a good shot.
Flat through the gap.
Yeah.
Final ball of the first over, 1 wicket, and 3 runs from it so far. And it'll stay that way.
That's a good first over for Victoria. They'd be happy with that.
Absolutely. We'll just take a look at some of the highlights from that over. There is the wicket from McKenzie, direct hit slap. Going back to the second time these two sides played each other, 91 to 27, an absolute boil over in favour of the ACT. Victoria certainly will be hoping for a scoreline more closely resembling the first encounter rather than the second.
In ACT's first pair batted quite well. They played their shots. They scored a lot. There was a good bit of fielding to get the wicket.
It was.
But they're batting well.
And it's up and it'll be out.
Yes.
It's an absolute gift wicket.
I don't know where that shot came from.
No. You see, he had to walk into the corner then maybe just to settle himself, Rob Regent. It's an absolute gift, that wicket.
He'd be disappointed with that shot.
Back underway.
That's a better shot.
Helps himself to 2 this time. You're going to have to help me with the pronunciation of Dirk's surname, Ross.
Yes, Dirk.
Dirk, got you. Sharangaville? Let's go with that, Sharangaville.
Yeah, I call him Dirk.
Fair enough. Driven.
That is
It's out. The 3rd wicket already. We're only 10 balls into the innings. And just confusion. I understand why Regent left the crease. He's made great contact with that. And you can understand why he thought there was a run on, but just didn't react in time to get back into his crease. Straight back. 1 ball remains now. Victoria on top at the moment.
They are.
Two to finish for Regent, but -4 from the over. Damage done, -1 is the total. We have the sides now, so I'll take you through them quickly. The Australian Capital Territory, captained by Preston Hart. He's joined by Alex Kwong, Brad Morgan, Jamie and Manton, Michael Gunn, Michael McEwen, Mick Ferris and Rob Regent. The Victorian side taking the court, captained by Alex Jesensek, joined by Chris Allen, Matt Garrett, Adam Richmond, Aaron McKenzie, Clint Sharman, Craig Boswell and Matt Malia. But I got to point out here that does not include Dirk Sharangavel, who's on the court. So
that's a Boswell, Craig Boswell. He's not playing. He's
so how has Dirk Sharangavel been able to bowl an over if he's not on the team sheet?
Yeah, I don't run the show, mate. Maybe the box has just been ticked incorrectly.
Well, my understanding of the rule is if you're not on the team sheet, you can't be on the court.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is my understanding of the rule.
So I don't. Maybe the copy we've got's not the right game. I don't know.
Maybe someone's just ticked the wrong box. Maybe they've made a late change without telling anyone. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Bit of controversy here, folks.
I like the way ACT are playing their shots. So they could still come off with 20. Things go well for them, they still come off with 20. Which I'm sure Victoria won't want, that's for sure.
Oh, chance there. It's back. Into the fielder, called through. Take the single. 4 runs on the board after 3 overs. Victoria well and truly on top at the moment, Ross Gregory.
My word, they are. And traditional Victorian sides, they're all tend to fire up and play well in the field, especially around finals time. Everyone is up and about.
And you can see the tournament director, Dave Shepley, making his way to the stand. I think we might have an issue here with the team sheet. Malia continues. There's a change to the format of the team sheet. In the past, these team sheets would only have the players that the team has written.
Yes.
So the umpire would look and go, well, his name's not on the list. But now the team sheet contains every name and not, not those, only those playing. Now, I think there must have been a late change here. Maybe we've got the wrong copy. Dave Shepley seems happy. But we'll try and get an answer for you, folks. It's 3rd ball now.
Yeah, that was well played, just tucked in the corner.
Three balls remain.
Ooh.
Got the thumbs up from Dave Shepley. I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe it was a late change, just not reflected on our copy. Wide there, gives them the extra delivery, and Rob Regent helps himself to 2. Still Victoria on top. Final ball of the partnership. And a single to finish. So they get to double figures, but that's a great set for Victoria. 3 wickets
Yeah,
out
the
of the
Vics would be
4
happy with
overs.
that. Be very happy with that.
It's sudden death indoor cricket, ladies and gentlemen. The preliminary final in the over 45 men's division. A spot in the grand final against Queensland on the line. For the other team, it will be the end of the tournament. It's Indoor Cricket's Masters National Championships live from Casey Stadium. I'm Cameron Walter, with me, the Hall of Famer Ross Gregory, as we see Mick Ferris and Michael McEwen take the crease for the Australian Capital Territory. Can Victoria stay on top here? Produce some good wickets. 2 run-outs and a caught.
And good play too. But I thought the batsmen batted with some sort of authority as well. They're playing their shots, which is good. You've got to always be on your guard in the field when batsmen are batting like that. You can't let them get away, because if they get away, they can easily put on 30 or 40. So we'll see how this pair starts.
Yeah, not well. A wicket off the first ball thanks to Chris Allen. That's not the greatest of starts for this pair either.
No.
We have official word from the tournament director that Craig Boswell, who's on our team shoot, failed the fitness test before the game started. And Dirk Sharangoville is a late inclusion, and that is reflected on the copy that the umpire received.
Yep.
That was after we got our copy. So all is well in the land of team sheets, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a Falcon. I'll remind him of that after the game too.
Leg side there from Chris Allen.
Yeah, he's probably trying to do a bit too much.
See, if he turns around, you may have already seen it already. Let's replay that delivery. Ooh. Unlucky not to be.
Yes.
Yeah. See this last ball. It's upish. Oh, diving effort. Chris Allen off his own bowling.
Yeah.
Fumbles it into
Good
the
effort.
net. 3 runs from the over. I was going to say, Ross, Mick Ferris, who's out there for the ACT, is a non-strikers end for this ball. It's copped a ball on his right eye in the previous match, and it's starting to close over. It's fairly swollen. Probably see there on the replay the wicket. That's going to affect his vision, clearly.
I would think so, yeah. It's starting to close, isn't it?
Yeah. Looking a bit like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Matt Garrett is bowling the first over, the second over to this pair. One of the things that would be impacted for Mick Ferris at the moment would be depth perception. So if he's got partial vision in that eye, depth perception, he'd have trouble picking up the pitch and pace of the delivery. Yeah.
But if you've got 2 fielders on the leg side and you're bowling wide outside off stump, it's a little bit easier on the. That's a better ball. It's a little bit easier on the batsman, isn't it? I don't think the captain was overly impressed with that wide ball.
Yeah.
Back on target though. Oh.
How did that miss?
Yeah. Oh, that eye might be affecting him quite a bit because.
And see, that's hard to assess fitness for, right?
It is, yeah.
It's short turnaround between. Oh, there's a chance there between the previous game and this one. And you do a fitness test. Yeah, I can see the throwdown's okay. You get, throwdowns a bit different from facing decent bowling in a sudden death final. So hopefully he's okay. He's going to
hopefully he is
through. There's a good shot of the eye. Half vision. He's given us a wink. Clint Sharman's going to bowl over number 7. Victoria looking good at the moment. They're really restricting the runs for the ACT. Fended away in the front court.
Mackenzie seems to be moving all right with that hamstring that he's got, so that's good for Victoria.
I imagine it'll be fairly heavily strapped.
He's one of the key players, as we can see by his fielding.
Yeah, he's been a good player for a long time, Mackenzie. It's third ball. Means the score has to change on this delivery. And it'll be a leg side. That's a let off. Well watched from the ACT batters. Just see some tired bodies out there not quite getting to balls that they might have got at the start of the week.
That's right, that's right. The old blokes tend to think they train hard, but I don't think they do.
A shot into the backcourt from McHugh and handy runs for the ACT.
Absolutely. And this age group, they think they're young enough to still do everything they can do, and they really can't. The 45s and 40s, I think they tend to get the most injuries because they try to act like 20-year-olds.
This is true. It's a good delivery to finish the over, but still 8 runs from it. And this pair have moved to 18. Well poised for a 20-plus partnership, potentially even 30, which is just what the doctor ordered after 10 runs from the opening partnership. There's that uppish backcourt shot.
And as we said earlier, this court's so wide that you can play those. Jezinsek coming on to bowl his second over. As I said, he always usually gets a wicket. See what happens this over. These little tweakers.
Well, little tweakers are actually quite effective in indoor if the bowler is smart about where they land them. And just off pace, doing a little bit.
And the batsman's eyes light up a little bit there. And
yep. I'd try and include myself among that, but I don't, even though I do this stuff with my fingers when the ball comes out of my hand, it tends to just go straight.
That's tricky though.
It is tricky, they expect some movement, But that only works until they face me for one over. Then I tend to go the journey. 2 balls, well, with that wide, 3 balls remain in this partnership, and it's been a good one after the loss of a wicket off the first ball. Driven, good intent, straight back to the bowler. It'll be a dot.
Yeah, they're not trying to hit him too hard, and that's a secret. And I've said he always gets a wicket every over. Well, he's only got 1 ball to get it.
Oh! That's as close as it comes.
Yeah.
Well, a good fight back there from the ACT. 26 runs from that partnership. As I said, they did lose a wicket off their first ball. They've had Ferris out there batting with 1.5 eyes. They've done well to grab 26. So 36 at the halfway stage of the innings. Victoria still be pretty happy with their efforts so far. You see the replay of that delivery there. And again, ladies and gentlemen, it is sudden death, indoor cricket. Lose this game and tournament is over.
ACT would be looking for 100, wouldn't they? They'd want 100.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And look, they've still got batting to come, so
Yeah.
100 is certainly not out of the question. But if Victoria can produce the odd wicket, as they have been, maybe it's more like 70 or 80. Which Victoria, mind you, will feel like they can chase.
They will feel like they can definitely chase that. I'm sure they'll say they can definitely chase 100, but 100 is a lot harder than 70 or 80.
Yeah. Richmond, the bowler, back underway. 2 runs to Manton. He opens his account.
Well played.
Brad Morgan faces his first delivery. Squeezes a run out. Run out, not a run out.
He just slides on a little bit quicker than what you think.
Top ball. And another one. They'll be on third ball here. Richmond bowling well. Manton cops one in the head for his trouble. And even though that was the softest of grazes, the rules say must be assessed. So we'll shortly see a HIA happening.
Here he is.
Two-second assessment. Thumbs up. And back ready to play. Now, I think because of that, they're actually re-bowling the delivery. So it's one of the tournament conditions I've learned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Instant dead ball.
That is a good shot. I'm sure we'd rather the other ball.
Well, Victoria, yes.
Yes.
5 runs. Or maybe, in fact, no, I've got that wrong. They didn't re-bowl that ball. That did stand. I just thought the previous ball was the last ball, but it wasn't.
Through the years, ACT have managed to produce some very, very good players for such a small territory. Very good players and some very good sides.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of it's a small but dedicated indoor community there in Canberra. Guys have always sort of taken a great deal of pride in sort of punching above our weight.
Yes, and you not being rude, but you have done. You have punched above your weight.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that must have been close.
Yeah, definitely. That's up.
Oh, that's
safe. Coached Brad Morgan in the past, and it feels like it was only last year. But I think I look on the sidelines, and I'm pretty sure his kids are here that I don't think were born when I coached him. So,
oh, that makes you feel old.
Yeah, yeah. Good times. So Mackenzie's got through his first 2 balls without issue. Certainly not bowling at full pace.
Yeah. But it looks like he's getting through all right.
Yeah, that's good. That's great for Victoria. Like they would like him to come out and bat.
Yeah, the big test is yet to come, though.
What's
He's
that?
got a bat.
Yeah, that's right. And you can't take it easy. You've got to get between the crease. So, you know.
And the hard part is if you have to stop and go or stop and turn. And he's not going to take a backward step. He's going to go 100% all the time when he's batting. So that if he's going to redo anything, that's when it'll be.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? So you'd obviously want him to be fit for the final if they end up making that, but
yeah,
you kind of need him to go as hard as he can to make sure they get there.
Yes, that's right. So, yeah.
So 8 runs from the over. See some of the highlights. And there's the head strike. And the quick thumbs up. So Matt Garrett will bowl his second over now. It's the 11th over, and this pair sitting pretty on 17 after 2 overs. Who's your money on at this point?
Yeah. Well, after that ball, look, I think personally they've got a lot of batting, the Victorians. So I think it's going to be a close game. It just depends on people like Aaron, where they can stride out and run properly, and of course,
it's up. All safe though.
How the ACT bowl, but I'd have to say it's going to be close. But of course, if this pair keeps going the way they're going, it's going to make it difficult, especially when the last pair, who we know are very good.
Yeah, reasonably handy.
Yeah.
Alex Kwong, multiple-time Australian Masters player. Preston Hart, men's Australian player. Yeah.
This pair could come off at
30 plus.
Yeah. The score could be over 70.
And the ACTs across all divisions generally tend to think of themselves as a fielding side, you know, a bowling and a fielding side that can keep sides to such low totals. So if they can get 100, I think it'd be advantage ACT, assuming all of the bodies stay fit. 2 wides,
that's
3
the challenge.
wides. Yes.
That's the challenge with the Masters, isn't it?
Oh, there it is. He's bowled 3 wides in the over, and he's got Brad Morgan playing on off the last ball. And gee, they needed that, Victoria.
They did. It was starting to slip away there. Still, this is a big over. Big over for both teams here.
Yeah, it's make or break, isn't it?
Yeah. Throughout the game, there's always breaking points where you can say, this over, if one team gets a good score of this over, it's going to be difficult. Or if they get a wicket off this over, then it'll be difficult for the opposition.
Yeah.
It's, there's these little games within games. And this over is a big over.
Starts well, Manton. It doesn't find the net, but it's a single. Keeps the strike ticking over. Sharman continues. It's another down-up single. Protecting that net well, the Victorian front court.
Oh, that's through.
Yeah. A little errant sort of attempt to flick it off the net, ended up putting it into the net.
Still, they're only 61. It's
that wicket off the last ball of the previous over is so important.
Oh.
Unorthodox, but effective.
Very unorthodox, yeah. 2 balls left, 67. Two here takes it to 66.
Yeah, and 30 for the pair. It's been a good partnership. They've seen off third ball, had a couple of dots, but otherwise it's been pretty, with the exception of that wicket, it's been pretty strong. He lets one go to finish. They're going to bank 28. Total of 64. Still, the game very much in the balance here, Ross. I think, to your point, Victoria feel like they'll chase down anything under 100, but if they can get on top of this pair, 1 or 2 wickets, this will be under 100.
Yes.
And it's game on.
Absolutely it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the over 45 men's preliminary final, live from Casey Stadium. It's the 2022 Indoor Cricket Masters National Championships. I'm Cameron Walter, with me, Ross Gregory, the Hall of Famer. And it's the Australian Capital Territory up against Victoria, fighting for a spot in tomorrow's final against Queensland. Chris Allen bowling. Alex Kwong starts well. It's a dot.
You have to say Chris is probably one of our strike bowlers in this age group.
Australian representative.
He would definitely say he's a strike bowler.
yeah, good old Taz. Yeah, I often describe myself as a strike bowler too, but I think that's probably a little bit perception versus reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Preston played at that. Could have left it quite easily. Yeah.
I was trying to make out he left it anyway.
Leg side.
Chris has managed to injure 2 of our keepers through the tournament.
How's he managed to do that?
Well, he says with his pace bowling.
Oh.
I don't know how he managed to do it. Split the thumb of one and broke a bone of the other.
Well, that's just express, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Chance. Just had to go to hand. Express or not, he's certainly bowling well. Just creating some opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely he is, yes.
Good call.
Good call.
Smart cricket, 7 runs from the over. The ACT have moved to 71 with 3 overs to come. We might check in quickly with the other semi-final taking place right now. It's the prelim final in the over 50s division. Queensland are on 94 with 3.1 overs remaining. 94 on the board. Batting first against Victoria. It's Dirk Sharangavel will bowl over number 14 here in this match. Of course, that other game, the over 50s, if you're interested in that, you can watch it live on the Cricket Australia Indoor Cricket YouTube channel.
Dirk's just got to pitch it up a bit. That's easily paddled around the corner for 1.
Left alone by Preston. Fair delivery. Just squeezes out 2.
There's been a few leg sides bowled, hasn't there, in this game?
Say that again?
There's been a few leg sides bowled in this game.
Yeah. Absolute.
Oh!
That one's not a leg side. Middle stump. Kwong can't believe it. And a big wicket for Victoria. It's just come from nowhere.
That is a big wicket, yes. Just
movement off the deck.
Yeah, a little bit there, but just slid on and stayed low. I think you thought it might have gone a bit higher and a bit wider, but it didn't. They can't bat tentatively if they want to get their 100. 2 overs to go.
Well, look, for mine, I think 100's not going to happen.
No,
yeah,
90.
Get the feeling Preston might fancy himself against an injured Aaron McKenzie. Maybe sense there's an opportunity to try and buy some runs. And Alex Kwong too.
Yeah.
Wanted a big piece of that.
Yeah,
He got away with it.
Mistimed a fair bit, but he got away with it.
Left alone, no ball off the pitch. There it is. Stuck the foot out. That would have tested the hamstring.
Stopped it dead too.
Yeah.
A little bit of luck there.
Yeah, didn't even kick it into the side net. That's some soccer skills on display. Two balls remain. Full. And got away with it, McKenzie.
Yeah.
Kwong can't put it away.
He should have hit that a little bit harder, I think.
Last ball. Oh, should be out.
Oh.
The flick doesn't hit. They get away with it.
Full toss again. It should have been put away.
Yeah. Aaron McKenzie's got away with a couple there. But most importantly for Victoria, he's got through his 2 overs. He's looking a little bit, wounded. Hopefully he can bat. Matt Mallier is going to bowl the final over of the innings. The score's on 81.
They'll be looking at 90.
Is it enough? Pretty handy bowling side, ACT.
And fielding.
Both these sides struggling with some injuries. You can see Rod May on the bench there.
Yeah.
He injured his calf, I think it was, he was telling me, a couple of days ago. Mallier starts with a dot.
Sitting next to Billy. Speaking of punching above your weight. That's a good
Former Australian
good
vice captain, your assistant from
Yeah.
Dubai. Another one of the great cricket brains.
He is so.
And when we were in Dubai, Mallier continues. It's a great shot from Preston Hart. At the time, I was the chair of Cricket ACT's indoor cricket and was lucky enough to present Billy with life membership of Cricket ACT at the time.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
While we were over in Dubai.
He's been a long time servant of the game. He's volunteered in so many areas.
Yeah. Juniors, Masters, Opens, whatever.
Yeah.
Super League, the stuff he does at home.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty typical of, there's a lot of people like Billy around the country. Billy's one of those that did it as a player and also does it as a volunteer,
sure.
like yourself. Final ball of the innings now.
He's bowled well.
He has 3 dots so far. This is third ball. Jam it out. It's not exactly the most convincing flick.
No.
1 run from it, and a pretty reasonable performance there from Victoria. The ACT have posted 85 in this sudden death preliminary final. And, Ross Gregory, how do you see it? 85 on the board?
Look, I think 85 is gettable. It depends how they bowl and do the ACT bowling field. It's anyone's game still. But had ACT got 100, well, it might have been the ACT's game, but I think this now is open up for Victoria. They're capable of getting 85. The players they've got are capable of doing it. It's whether ACT's capable of stopping them now. I think it'll be a good game.
Who should we be looking to out of the Victorian side that need to be large contributors to this run chase?
Well, I'd say Chris Allen, Alex Jesensek, and
Mackenzie.
Well, definitely Mackenzie, yeah.
If he can get through.
I mean, they're all capable of batting well.
Absolutely. Well, Ross, I believe you've completed your shift.
Yes, I have.
Thank you very much for your company. Enjoy the end of the game. And no doubt we'll talk to you again.
Will do. I'll look forward to watching the end of this game from the bleachers.
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
See you later, Ken.
Thanks, Ross. It is the over 45 men's preliminary final. We're coming to you live from Casey Stadium here in the city of Casey for the 2022 Indoor Cricket Masters National Championships, thanks to play.cricket.com.au, where you can find your local centre and get involved with indoor cricket, all ages, all skill levels, all year round. Thanks so much for your company. I'm Cameron Walter, and I'm joined now by Andrew Potts.
Hello, Cameron. Good to be back.
Yes, good to be with you, Pottsy. How do you see the game so far?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Victoria playing a lot of injured players have struggled to get through the week. I think one game they almost played with 7. So, yeah, chasing 85. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Who's your money on?
I think ACT will win.
Why?
I think they've been better all week. They bowled pretty well all week, and I think it's right. It'd be a good final if they play Queensland, but yeah, it doesn't always work out that way.
So Alex Jesensek and Adam Richmond are at the crease for Victoria. Brad Morgan has the ball for the ACT, and we're back underway for the run chase. Starts with the leg side. You can see he's obviously going to try and target the legs of Jesensek. Chance at the top. The throw is a bit high. Diving Adam Richmond, safe.
Yeah, I think Jesensek's one of the A-fit players left in their side, and he's one of the over 50s playing for him. So, interesting to see how he goes.
So, do Victoria have an over 50 side? They do. What's
they
the thinking
do.
with Alex playing down? He just prefers to play.
The 45s are all staying at home in their own beds, and the 50s are staying together. And Alex wanted to sleep in his own bed, so here he is in the 45s, and he's the captain as well.
That's as good a reason as any, I suppose.
Definitely.
Richmond opens his account with a single.
Yeah, he'd be playing with a sore hand. He hurt the webbing in his thumb to finger earlier in the week, got stitched up.
Ow. And it sneaks. Oh, it's called wide. I was about to say that was a fair delivery.
It's a tight one. He has got his foot on the line, so
yeah,
it's
just
probably
a late
clipped.
call. Nothing wrong with a later call. You take your time, get the call right. Final ball of the first over. Chance at the top again. And Richmond's back this time. And it's 6 runs from the first over. The run chase is underway. It's going to be a tight one, folks. Victoria's certainly capable of chasing 85. And before we see the second over, we'll check in with the over 50 men's prelim final, where Queensland have batted first and scored 109. So the Victorian side have got a bigger run chase there.
Yeah, good score. But the over 50s do tend to be high scoring, so interesting to see what Victoria can do. They've got a couple of good bats, so if they can get going early, maybe they can put the pressure on.
Michael Gunn's going to bowl the second over for the ACT back here in this match. He gets us back underway. Fairly easy 2 to start for Richmond.
I think there's a few over 50s in the ACT side as well, Cameron.
Indeed. But I think the difference is we do have an over 50 side, but probably a lot of players available in that side, so there's plenty of depth between the two age groups to be able to field the two sides.
Yeah.
Victoria don't have to do too much here, other than score runs, obviously. But, yeah, we certainly don't need any fireworks from them. This is a total they can just accumulate.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how their injured players go. Aaron McKenzie's got a hamstring problem. How's he going to get to the other end? Is there going to be anyone go off and be replaced? I mean, that always makes it difficult if you have weaker players picked again. So it's going to be a very interesting innings.
Oh, Beaton It's not often you beat Jesensek.
No, he's very good with the bat.
See the injured Rod May just outside of the view of your screen, chatting to Gunn. Some tips on what to do. And I imagine the tip was not bowl a no ball.
No, definitely not.
Brings the over to an end. The no ball plus the run, 9 runs from it. These two move to 15. They just snuck up on that, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a good start by Victoria. 2 of their stronger bats. So you're looking to get them off to a 25, 30 run start and then hope the rest can get their job done.
By contrast, ACT's will have a few strike bowlers in mind. Be interesting to see how the skipper Preston Hart decides to utilise that attack, when to bowl.
Yes, and when he bowls himself as well, one of the better bowlers in this division.
Ferris the bowler. Yeah, beats Jesensek. Moving away, outside off. He's got a nice shiner going on.
Yeah, there's been a few guys here in the head this week. More than usual, I reckon.
It's a great shot. It's only 2. I say only 2, but
yeah, just in the front court.
Yeah. Left alone, full and wide outside off stump again, moving away. Put that well inside the line.
Yeah.
Flat chance. Preston Hart can't hit.
We've been tired if he hit.
Yeah, I agree. Probably out. Behind square. Got away with a single. This has been a solid opening partnership so far.
Yeah, they'll be very happy, the Victorian bench at the moment.
Oh, they're going to sneak a run there. I was just going to make the point that, they're happy to leave the ball, happy to soak up a couple of dots, but that just illustrates they're also switched on and ready to pounce if there's a misfield. So they grab a single off the last ball and 6 runs for the over and 21 for the partnership in pursuit of the ACT's 85.
Yeah, it's just a bit sloppy from the ACT there. Didn't really need to do anything like that. Just hold the ball, take the over and move on. Instead they just give away an easy run. Resets the third ball count as well. So, yeah, it just releases the pressure.
Mick McEwen is going to bowl the final over to this pair. Oh, he starts well. Grabs the first wicket for the ACT. And that hurts. They've batted well so far. That undoes some of their good work. But still in a reasonable position.
Yeah, batted well, but once you start losing wickets when you're not playing aggressively, you're letting low balls go. They're only on 16, so they now finish this over really well.
Fended away. Dot ball. Yeah, it's a good point you make, Potsy, that it's one thing to soak up a couple of dots and leave the ball, but if you lose wickets, that strategy falls apart real quick.
Definitely. Queensland are the masters of soaking up those balls and not losing wickets. Other states try and do it, they can't do it as well.
Through for 2. 2 balls remain with a score on 20 for the opening partnership. Good to see a couple of Victorian sides feature in finals here at home. Potsy?
Yeah, there's a couple of strong sides. This side came away really strong and just copped some injuries, so good to see them in the prelim at least and see how far they can go. 50s, a lot of the old guys have come back. Adam Luckman, Mick Dolphin are back playing after a long time off. And the 40s are going well as well. It's only really the 35s that were a bit of a weaker side and just struggled a little bit.
Final ball of the partnership. Jesensek helps himself to another 2. And that's a rock-solid opening partnership from Victoria, well above par. And that's exactly what they asked for. The captain leading from the front, well assisted by Richmond. And take a look at that wicket. The solitary wicket in the partnership. Still got away with 24. There it is, just chopped on. Good vision there from our broadcast partners, Sportscast Australia.
This is going to be an interesting pair, this one, I think, Cameron. We've got Aaron McKenzie, who's playing injured with a hamstring, and we've got Chris Allen, who I reckon he's one of the better players in this division. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go and whether Aaron's hamstring impacts him getting down the other end.
It's also an interesting approach from the Victorian side. They've obviously had a strong opening partnership with Jesensek and Richmond, and they've followed that up with 2 strong bats again. So it seems that they've made the deliberate decision to come out and chase this hard early. What's happened here? We're replacing a ball.
Yeah, that's... if Preston had thought about that, the ball before he would go a brand new one, but because 4 overs have been bowled, he gets an innings-old ball. So he might have missed a trick there because I doubt the ball's been damaged on the last ball of the pair.
Gee, that's a sneaky little tip there, Potsy.
It actually is. We don't want to give away those tips too much. He'll be killing me if we start giving away new balls every game.
Yeah, that'll blow the budget real quick.
Yep.
So Mackenzie's on strike, Chris Allen at the non-strikers end, and the Australian Capital Territory skipper Preston Hart gets us back underway. Short, wide, single. Mackenzie seems to be moving okay.
Yeah, they've strapped him up pretty heavily. He's pretty sore, I've heard, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes for the duration of the 4 overs. But yeah, he looked fine, that ball.
What's the view on people chewing gum when they're on the court there, Potsy?
You're allowed to do it. Never really. He is a big gum chewer. He's probably the only one I've noticed.
I don't think I've ever seen him not chewing gum.
No.
Tucked away behind square for a single.
Yeah, it's probably going to be important that they do bang it up and get through comfortably. I don't think he won't be stretching out too far.
Too good there from Preston Hart. Acknowledgement from Mackenzie.
He's still got some tricks for a guy who is almost 50 years old, Preston Hart.
Got him on 3rd ball. An opportunity here early in this pair for the ACT. And a down up, so a safe single for Mackenzie. 3 runs from the over. Well bowled from Preston Hart.
They never seem to take him for any more than 5 or 6 in any over. He hits his spot. He knows how to bowl. He's going to be an asset in the back end of this game where he bowls his 2nd over for the ACT.
Yeah, the question, as you posed earlier, will be when they pull the pin on that.
Yeah.
I was going to make the comment that during the day it's been much warmer here than it was when I was here for juniors and opens, but that's quickly
cooled down a bit.
Quickly dissipating. Rob Regent bowling over number 6. Starts with the leg side.
I think it was snowing in the Australian Capital Territory the other day I saw on Instagram, so it must be warmer here than it is over there.
Well, the difference when I'm there, I'm sitting at home with the heating, or in my office with the heating. Here, no heating.
No.
And I do it every time I come to this centre. I'm like, it's got to be cold. I need to rug up, and I don't rug up.
We could organise one of those little heaters next year.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to be here next year. I'm sure we'll be finding ourselves a new centre.
For the World Cup.
For the World Cup we will be, and you'll be here commentating, no doubt.
Have to line up a heater, but I suppose it'll be a bit warmer in October.
October, we still get some cool days in October, don't you worry.
Victoria.
It's the place to be.
Couple of wides. It's hurt so far. And runs off the bat this time for Allen.
It's a good shot.
Two to come. The match fairly even. I'd almost say Victoria in the box seat at the moment. Yeah, Mackenzie looking really comfortable running through. I mean, he hasn't had to really test it yet. So.
No, he hasn't. He has had to hit one of those low flat ones where you got to stretch out. If they can keep getting through batting like this, he's going to be okay.
Another wide. That's 3 of them in the over. Rob Regents at 10 runs from it. Handy runs for Victoria. And 37 on the board after 6. They'd be feeling very comfortable.
Yeah, that's released the pressure. Preston bowled a really good over first up, 3 off, and now they're 13 after 2 overs, which is half of what ACT scored that skin. So skins don't matter in finals, but as you said earlier today when I was listening in, if you win all the skins, you'll win the match. So
that's right.
Victoria have already won one. If they can win this one, they're just ticking them off.
Jamie and Manson bowled Aaron Mackenzie. Big change of pace here.
Did notice during the week, umpired ACT a couple of times, and he is very slow through the air. It has been difficult for them to hit.
Oh, he wanted a big piece of that, and he's got away with it. I cannot believe that.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Yeah. Wonder if Kwong was better served going for that catch rather than
coming in rather than going out,
And Gunn turning around.
Yeah.
Mackenzie gets away with it. Short pitch delivery, and Allen helps himself to 2.
That's the way I play him. Allen's gone back there and then him. He gets a low bounce because he's slow and loopy, whereas Mackenzie's trying to hit into the back net off the front foot. And again, gets away with it.
Yep, the up down 4. Big runs for Victoria. They move within, 42 of victory.
More than halfway there.
Yeah, this could get really ugly for the ACT real quick if they don't start picking up some wickets. That'll go the journey for 4.
That's no good ball. He's got to get a bit flatter and make it bounce.
A chance at the top. Wrong end, maybe. I didn't see where the non-striker was when the ball got in the hand, but it's a big over there for Victoria. 12 runs from it. And all of a sudden, it's pair on 25 with an over to come. Box seat Victoria, Potsy.
Yeah, they're in the box seat. Who have they got to bat still?
Matt Garrett,
Clint Sharman, Dirk Sharon-Guyville, Matt Mallier.
Sharon-Guyville, is it?
Sharon-Guyville, yeah.
That's how you pronounce it? I was asking Ross earlier. I was going Sharon-Guyville. Sharon-Guyville?
I think it's Sharon-Guyville. I've always pronounced it Sharon-Guyville back in Victoria. He's never picked me up on it, so I'll go with that.
Okay.
3 solid bats. Matt Mallier is probably the one that the ACT might look to target. It looks like he's going to bat next pair. He's putting his gloves on.
Well, Alex Kwong, he tends to bowl this over. And here he is.
Yeah, one of the ACT's better. One of their better bowlers.
Oh, good piece of work there from Ferris in the front court, but can't hit the sticks.
just too short.
Yeah, it's too easy at the moment for Victoria. This is a dream start in this run chase. 24 off the first pair, the second pair on 29 with 4 balls to come. Doesn't get better than that if you're a Victorian. Full chance. Yeah, Mackenzie actually doesn't look like he's carrying a pretty serious hamstring injury.
He does look a lot better. Where he went off earlier in the week, it was done for the week and sort of come back from the dead.
Now look at that, like great shot. And to play that shot, he has to get into position to do it. That's not easy to do if you're carrying an injury. So
I reckon he'll be pretty sore tonight. He's just not showing it. He's a tough character, Aaron Mackenzie. He always has been.
2 balls remain. Dot ball. It's a better delivery from Kwong. It's the final ball of the partnership now, and a strong partnership for Victoria. Another 2 runs. That is a great set for the Vics. 33 runs from that partnership. They've moved the total to 57 and just 29 runs required from the final 8 overs of this run chase. It's box seat Victoria for mine in this, the over 45 men's preliminary final, live from Casey Stadium, the 2022 Indoor Cricket Masters National Championships, thanks to play.cricket.com.au, where you can find your local centre. Get involved with indoor cricket, all ages, all skill levels, all year round. Andrew Potts, you're a Victorian. You must be pretty happy at the moment.
At this tournament, I'm an umpire, so we're neutral here.
Oh,
but yeah, they
tell that to Ben Brady earlier.
What happened? Was he commentating one of these games and
he
was parochial?
He was parochial.
No. Well, maybe he was. I didn't listen to the commentary, but no, we're neutral at this tournament. Yeah, but Victoria are batting very well, and this might be a pair where the ACT can target, and I see Preston's bowling this over. It's a massive over for them. And a good start.
It's up to Victoria to just try and neutralise the strike bowlers. So if they can get away without losing a wicket against Preston Hart or any of the other strike bowlers thrown at them, then they can win this game. Oh. Has that bowled him?
I don't think so. I think it's come off the keeper's glove. Preston seems to think it's bowled him, though.
Yeah. Third ball. Well, no one else interested.
Well, I don't think Preston thinks it bowled him. I think Preston just wanted to see if he could get one there, and he hasn't.
Definitely off the gloves. It's third ball, though. Preston Hart makes Sharon Guyville wait. Changes his approach. Third ball.
Oh, he's got away with it.
He does. Preston Hart can't believe it. Malia on strike for his first ball. Another dot. Again, these dots are okay if they can soak these up and see off Preston Hart. They'd take that any day.
It's not often Preston Hart bowls 2 overs and doesn't get a wicket, so let's see what the next 2 balls have for us.
Leg side. Leg side. Can they see him off? Final ball for Preston Hart in sudden death prelim final. Happy to block it out. That's exactly what they needed to do, Victoria. 61 on the board, 7 overs to come, 25 runs required.
He's all they had to do. He's bowled 2 overs. He's gone for 7 runs. He hasn't taken a wicket. They've neutralised, probably the best bowler in the competition.
And in doing so, have put 1 foot in the grand final.
Yeah, it's a bit early for that.
25 runs, 7 overs.
Yeah, these games get tighter and tighter. Preliminary final, it's not a round game.
The ACT have taken 1 wicket.
They have taken 1 wicket, but these things can start snowballing. You get 1 or 2 quick wickets in a row, and all of a sudden that 85 looks a mile away.
Here's Ferris. Chance, misfield, be a dot. And as a consequence, 3rd ball. The score has to change.
It's been a few 3rd ball opportunities they haven't converted.
Oh, it should be out, surely. It is out. There it is, the wicket. This 3rd ball, they had to go straight back down the pitch. And a tidy piece of work from Regent.
Good call from the umpire as well. I think that was a bit closer than what a lot of people think. There are a couple of arms that went out from the Victorian bench, but
no, that's standard.
I do think he's out.
That's standard. Elliott chops a 1.
Good response.
Both sides are handy, especially in sudden death finals. And indeed, when you're in the 50s in pursuit of 80-something.
Find a lot of leg sides.
It's a great shot. Another 2 runs to the total. Victoria fighting back after that wicket and still well and truly in touch here. A good shot. Brings the over to an end.
Couple off it.
4 runs from it. No, 2 runs off it. Beg your pardon, you're on the money. And as I say, well and truly in touch here, 23 runs away from victory. This is an interesting call. Jamie and Manton went for 12. It's the previous of his previous over.
Yeah. So I'll bowl him at some point. Everyone needs about 2 overs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the off-pace delivery. Sometimes are more effective against, a stronger bat that's used to the ball coming on.
Yeah, I think we saw that when he bowled last time. He went for 12, but there were a couple of opportunities there.
Yeah. Goes it right up. Oh, look at that. Well bowled.
Maybe this will be effective against this pair.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he knew how to play. You watch that on the replay. That's landed well inside the exclusion zone. He's played back and been hitting the legs.
Chance. Big flick. No good. 2 runs. So who does that leave to bat last? Clint Sharman and Matt Garrett?
Yeah.
It's hard to see Victoria losing from here, surely.
Don't put the moz on them now. We've seen Victoria lose games of indoor cricket at national level from
but nothing
more comfortable positions than this.
Nothing I say is going to influence whether they win or lose this game.
You are right.
Oh, he's played it on. They've got a much-needed wicket, the ACT. Manton does the job. See, Mallius just wanted to turn the ball.
Yeah,
just about every shot. He's just trying to play that sort of down-up pull shot. And you're right, the length is just not there for it. They just played it on through his legs, if you don't mind.
No, the length's not there for that shot. It's not the right shot.
It's a better shot.
One thing's for sure, I think Victoria are going to be chasing runs in the last pair, and when you're playing for a spot in the grand final, that's always difficult.
I wouldn't be so sure.
You reckon they get 20 off the next one?
Well, they could get 15, and then yes, they're chasing runs, but only 5 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They've only hit 9 in the first 3 overs. I think they're going to be chasing runs. Just a hunch.
Let's check in with the other game, ladies and gentlemen. The over 50 men's prelim final. Queensland batting first, 109. Kept the first pair from Victoria to 6. Box seat. Victoria have answered back with 41 and sit on 56. partway through the 10th over. So interesting finish there in sudden death indoor cricket. Alex Kwong bowling the 12th over now in this game. ACT will be desperate to get a wicket out of him.
Yeah, they didn't get a wicket out of his first over, did they?
No.
So they haven't got a wicket out of Kwong, they haven't got a wicket out of Preston Hart, and usually they're banking wickets with those two bowlers.
Great rock. Unrewarded, it'll just be a dot. Here's the opportunity for the Australian Capital Territory. It's third ball. The score has to change. Malia up to the challenge. Grabs two.
Just didn't execute that ball as well as he did the first two. He's been in at the B, and that's where Matt Malley's been struggling. Gave him a bit of width, and he got it up there.
It's too easy for Victoria at the moment. They moved to 70 and just 16 runs away from a spot in the grand final against Queensland. It's a brilliant delivery from Kwong. It's that line you were talking about, much closer to the body.
He's bowled well. Preston Hart bowled well. They just haven't had that luck to get the wicket.
They've just been seen off.
Yeah.
Preston Hart's running back to talk to his bowler. You think he's telling him to take a man cat?
I reckon this is a stalling tactic to try and ice Matt Malley. I reckon he hasn't told him a lot.
Here's Kwong, his final delivery of the match. Blocked out by Malia, and he's seen him off. And, well, Victoria, for mine, they're still in the box seat, folks. It's the prelim final in the over 45 men's division, live from Casey Stadium at Indoor Cricket's Masters National Championships. If you've just joined us, I'm Cameron Walter alongside Andrew Potts. And Matt Garrett and Clint Sharman will take the court for Victoria, needing just 16 runs to advance to the final. Of course, if it is a tie, the ACT will go through, having finished higher on the ladder. It's only 4 overs to go. We're going to hold you to a position here. Who's going to win?
I still think the ACT. I always favour the bowling sides of these situations because if you get a couple of wickets,
well, look, to be fair,
snowballs.
I think 1 wicket's probably enough, just about. 16, depending on how these guys go. I mean, if they bat like the previous pair did, where they're just sort of pushing
they're
and
not going
everything,
to get there, are they?
No, they won't get there. Depends how they bat. Here's Brad Moore going to start us off. See, there's
Confident
much better
shot.
intent. 3 runs, massive shot. So,
geez, they're going to hate me at home if they get home after I picked the ACT at the start of the innings and at the start of the last pair.
yep. Well bowled. Garrett jams it out. So I think if they're going to play with the same intent that we saw in that first shot, the ACT need at least 2 wickets.
Yeah. Garrett doesn't look as sure as Clint Sharman, though.
It's third ball. Big opportunity here. Crucial moment in the match. Who's going to blink first? Oh, well done. Well done from Matt Garrett. Safely sees off third ball and helps himself to 2 while he's at it. Victoria moved just 11 runs away now, with 20 balls remaining. Good rock, yeah. I think dots aren't good enough at the moment for the ACT. They need wickets.
They're keeping in the game, though. They're still in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Chance. Good piece of fielding. They've gone up. It's only a single.
Be tight.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he hasn't called over. He's running out. out.
That is a huge moment. The ball is always live. He's not called over. And Garrett has wandered out of his crease. Can you believe it? Here it is on the replay.
Replay this.
Here's the delivery. There's the shot. There's the run-out chance. They've appealed. Nobody's called over. We haven't seen it on the replay, but what you'll find is that Garrett then just wandered out of his crease before over was called. And I think Preston Hart has taken the stumps. Here we go.
I never called out over at all.
So Preston Hart picks it up. He's out of his crease. And that's out.
I'm going to stick up for the umpire here. That ball isn't dead. It hasn't been held over the stumps yet. Not all the players think
no
the
need
ball's
to
dead.
stick up for him. The ball wasn't
he's got
dead.
it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got it right. The Victorians are carrying on to be on the sidelines, but he's got it right. He hasn't called over. The ball's not over the stumps, and all the players don't think the ball's dead yet. He's ran him out. It's out.
And I'll tell you what else. The surefire giveaway that Garrett knew that is the fact that he tried to get back into his crease.
Exactly.
He knew the ball was still live.
Exactly. He knew he made a mistake, and then he's like, you said over when he had not said over.
Never said over. Yeah. So that's an unusual wicket. You don't see a lot of that at this level. And Preston Hart is a switched-on individual. That's a much-needed wicket for ACT, who haven't looked like taking one for a while. But still, Victoria are only 14 runs away.
There's not many players that would get that wicket. There's not many players that would be concentrating that way. Preston thinks about the game.
Oh, yeah. He'll get that
great
every time.
depth.
Every time.
Very smart player.
It's a single from behind square. And 14 balls remain. 11 runs required for Victoria. ACT will need to do more than jag a couple of non-dead ball wickets.
It's still tight. There's only 2 overs to go after this, and Victoria are still 10 runs away. Which tells me they're probably going there to chase runs in the last over. Anything can happen then.
Well, they're 2 very important deliveries there to finish that over from Michael Gunn. With 12 balls remaining, Victoria are on 3rd ball, and the score has to change. So they don't get to dictate terms on this delivery, and they still need 11 runs from 12 deliveries.
Huge ball. Huge ball. If they lose a wicket here, the ACT are massive favourites.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think your description is probably better than mine. I say game over. Yeah, it's
over.
Boxing. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why it's a mea culpa, okay? I agree. So it's a 15th over, a huge over, the penultimate over of the match. And it is 3rd ball. What can Regent produce for the ACT? Here he is, to Garrett. Safely negotiated for Victoria. They're 10 runs away from victory now with 11 balls remaining. The pressure mounts.
Every dot ball here, it just becomes harder and harder. That 10 runs feels like it's about 25 or 30 when you're in the preliminary final.
Oh, full and wide, the option works. He gets it right, Regent. The ACT have given away a few wides early in the innings, and that's hurt them, so good to see them stick to a plan and run the risk. That's a good shot. It's off the side next, though. It's a single.
We'd love to have seen that with a direct hit. That would have been very tight.
9 balls remaining, 9 runs required for Victoria. Remember, they must win the game. The ACT only need to tie it. Here's Regent. Oh, it's well done from Morgan there on the 3 line to get a hand to that.
Jeez, I thought that was coming towards the back net.
See Brad Morgan fairly straight there on the 3 line, a little deep. He's walking in though. 2 to come in the over. It's off the net.
Oh, that would have been
direct
close.
hit. Yeah, absolutely.
I think direct hit's out.
Yeah, I agree. They get through for a single. 7 balls remaining. 8 runs required now.
They've only hit 8.
Final ball of the penultimate over. It's driven. It's through! Oh, unbelievable. They did not need that, the ACT. And Victoria are absolutely in the box seat now. That is a massive shot. They needed to keep that one off the net.
Yeah, it's just got through, and I still think it's only 1 wicket for the ACT. I think if they get a wicket, that they're in the box seat. But yeah, if Victoria don't lose a wicket here, they'll win.
Mick McEwen's got a job to do. Is take a look at the replay. Just outside of the reach of Michael Gunn.
Gutsy shot.
Yeah, well, didn't try and overhit it either. He just placed that well.
Yeah.
So, let me set the scene. 6 balls remain. Victoria need 3 runs to advance to the grand final in what will be a major upset here. Mick McEwen has the ball. Clint Sharman is on strike. Here we go. There's 2 and the scores are level. The ACT will definitely need a wicket here.
Yeah.
Oh, Mick McEwen does the job. A huge moment. He's gone straight through Matt Garrett and knocked him over. And all of a sudden, the pressure is back on Victoria, who now needs 6 runs from 8 deliveries. The man of the moment, Mick McEwen, has done the job for the ACT. They won't go away, will they?
Oh, he's just played across that. If he plays that straight, you can take a dot ball. You're already level, and yeah, that's what pressure does.
Yeah. Here we go. 4 balls remain. Fends it away for a single.
Yeah, I thought that was going to bowl in too. Halfway down the pitch, I thought, oh no.
So 3 balls remain. 5 runs required for Victoria. Here's McEwen to Sharman. It'll be a single.
Only 1. He's their better bat of the pair, I think, Clint Sharman.
2 balls remain.
He might not get the face again.
4 runs required. 2 a ball will win the game for Victoria. Again, if the ACT tie the game, they will advance to the final. Mick McEwen is the bowler. He's bowling a brilliant over so far. Garrett's on strike. And he gets 2. Well, it all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. The sudden death prelim final on the line. A spot in tomorrow's grand final. Sharman is on strike. He's got 16 runs to his name so far. He just needs 2 more.
He's batted well.
Victoria will upset the ACT. The final ball of the match. Here it is. Mick McEwen to Clint Sharman. It is a dot! I can't believe it! What a victory for the ACT. I thought for sure Victoria had that in the bag. I'd written the ACT off multiple times, and what a final over Mick McEwen has just bowled.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. They started that over on 80 runs, Potsy.
They did, and they bowled so many leg sides. So for him to have the guts to bowl that one tied in and just clip the leg with what had been going, and if he misses, just misses there, and that's a leg side, they lose the game.
Absolutely.
So gutsy ball last, and obviously Clint Sharman misjudged it a little bit, bore it on the leg, and the ACT are through, but a cracking game of indoor cricket.
Absolutely, cracking game.
I think the ACT are every chance tomorrow to upset Queensland. Lost by 30 runs today, and it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow.
Gee, you've got to give credit to Victoria for that amazing effort in that run chase. On paper, ACT should have dominated that game. Victoria just wouldn't let them do it. They stayed in it right to the last ball, Potsy.
Yeah, with all the injuries they've had as well. But the ACT have used their get-out-of-jail-free card, and they'll be back tomorrow, and they'll have the eye on the prize of taking Queensland down. So I think we're in for a cracking final tomorrow. Hopefully a similar scoreline.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, it's the over 35 men's preliminary final. But until then, Andrew Potts, thanks for your company.
No worries. Thank you, Cameron.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, I hope you did enjoy that game, and thanks for joining us. Until next time, for Andrew Potts, for Ross Gregory, for Sportscast Australia and Cricket Australia, I'm Cameron Walter. Thanks for watching. Of a boil over. ACT batted first again on that occasion, 91 runs. Victoria only managing 27.
Oh, that's well
come up
fielded.
with a wicket. Fair enough. Driven.
That is a...
It's out. The third wicket might have got at the start of the week.
That's right, that's right. The old blokes tend to think they train hard, but yeah, I don't think they do. Oh, that's through.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh.
Stuck the foot out. That would have tested the hamstring.
Speaking of punching above your weight, that's a good
Former Australian vice captain, your assistant from
yeah.
a couple of wides. It's hurt so far. And runs off the bat this time for Allen.
It's a good shot. Loopy. Whereas Mackenzie's trying to hit into the back net off the front foot. And again, gets away with it.
Yep, the up down 4. Big runs for Victoria.
You are right.
Oh, he's played it on.
You are right.
Oh, he's played it on. Pushing
They're
it.
not going to get there, are they?
No, they won't get there. Depends how they bat. Here's Brad Morgan to start us off. See, there's
Off that
much better
shot.
intent. 3 runs. He's Regent. Oh, it's well done from Morgan there on the 3 line to get a hand.
Oh, he's bowled him.
Victorian does the job. Hey.
Oh, he's bowled him.
Victorian does the job. Bowler is bowling a brilliant over so far. Garrett's on strike. And he gets 2. Well, little Charman. It is a dot. I can't believe it. What a victory for the ACT. I thought for sure Victoria had that in the bag. I'd written the ACT.